on.
Are we gonna pack today?
We need to.
Okay.
Good morning. It is it's a new day at the Knorps. And yes, if you guys don't follow me on Indoorsy, you might not know what this bruise, my black eye, is from. But I was watching reels of cats on Instagram in bed, and I dropped my phone, like slipped out of my hand, and gave me a little black eye. So proud moment for me.
I don't know how many people have
A couple people on Instagram said they've done the same thing and gotten bruises. It's a lot heavier than you think when the corner of your iPhone hits right there.
They need to make padded, padded covers or whatever cases for phones, so they're less dangerous.
Or just like a hat that has arms that extend and hold it right in front of your face.
Right, you're right.
So you just lay there like a slug.
Amazing.
Anyways, good morning, good day.
Good day, mate.
It is a nice day here. It's cold, but it's sunny and it's getting warmer by the minute. Right now, we are headed up to get the rug that I bought yesterday. It happened so fast. Like, I go in this one booth at this antiques mall and called Main Street Antiques, and if you're local, and there's one booth that has really beautiful rugs all the time, like, vintage and antique rugs. And I always see stuff that's pretty, but I haven't had a need for it. But we need a bigger rug for our rental and our once our house is done.
Yeah, let's make that perfectly clear. Everything we're buying
is for the long term.
Is all,
That's why
we plan on using it in the next house.
Yeah, that's why this rental is actually a double blessing, because it has the same kind of more traditional floor plan than that we're designing. And it has the same room. So it has a library, a dining room, a kitchen nook, and the living room. And they're not all exactly the same size, but the living room is, which is a real blessing, because I don't have to go a year with an awkward, either I buy something I'm not going to use in the next house, or I go without it for a year, and I didn't have to do that. Does that make sense? So long story short, yesterday after dinner, I was just sitting there and everybody was still eating, and I was like, I'm just gonna, because I've been shopping for rugs on Amazon because they're super cheap, but they're not, they're synthetic and they're not soft, but they're cheap and cute. I have a few, and the shag ones are soft, but Mike is kind of over having a shag, and I am pretty much too.
It's kind of dirty quickly, and
yeah. And we were looking for a more traditional rug, and anyways, I wanted something with pinks and lots of colors and flowers, and everything I was finding online that was meeting that criteria was lots of money. And I really like the idea of getting a vintage rug, because I like buying.
Define lots of money, Megan. How much is that for the people at home?
Well, I wanted a 9x12. If I wanted a 9x12 in the look I was looking for, we're talking thousands. If I, what was I gonna say?
You're just saying if you want to buy similar
but
size.
then I also like the idea of getting a vintage rug, because rugs hold their value, especially like high quality rugs. And high quality rugs are harder to come by these days when they're brand new, well, especially because of money. And I also just like buying secondhand, because I hate supporting this idea of just factories churning out more and more stuff, usually at a lower quality when it's already out there and you just have to find it. Man, this is a long story to get to. I went in the booth. He had some really pretty rugs that were more in the very traditional reds and blues, and pretty rugs, but not really what I was looking for, because I wanted those specific colors. But then over behind a cabinet, crumpled in a big pile, crumpled, was another rug, and in the corner I could see that it had the colors I was thinking, and I was like, So it was a lot of effort. I wish that I had video of it. Maybe we should ask their surveillance cameras. And I also was in a hurry, because I'm like, I don't know how much longer they're gonna be eating pizza.
Well, we were eating at a restaurant like next door.
Yeah, so I like hefted it out, rolled it out, like look over the whole thing to make sure there wasn't like stains, smelled it, like put my face to it, felt it. It was soft, beautiful, silky, everything I dreamed of. So
did you actually rub your face on it though?
And it was 9x12. That is literally the exact size I was looking for this living room and for the next. So long story short, that was awesome, but I only spent a few minutes with it and then I had to leave it, and it's like I got married to someone and then had to immediately leave. I don't even know them. No,
we couldn't fit it in the car.
Yeah, we couldn't fit it in. And so we're going back now, but I like all night long I like looked at the pictures, like all evening looked at the pictures, thought about it, like I hope that was a good decision. And how long do we have, Mike, till we're moving in?
So the date actually moved up because we realized that the day that we had agreed to was a Sunday, and we didn't really want. We don't typically do that type of stuff on Sunday. So we're like, okay, we either got to do it a day later, a day earlier, and so we decided to do it a day earlier. And then I thought, well, why not do one day before that, or get access one day before that? So we are technically have the keys in a week from today.
Today.
So our move-in date.
How many boxes did we pack so far? Zero.
Total of 0 boxes. I should like be packing right now, but anyway, so in a week is when we can move in. Although it'll probably be a week and a day. But yes, we have packed nothing. Here's the good thing though. Our house actually doesn't have as much stuff in it as like the other move we did, because so much of it's over the warehouse that I don't think it'll take as long to pack everything up. In fact, I know.
Is that like a zoink moment where we're like, ah! We have this little sound we make when we say stuff like that. You know the part in a movie where somebody says something and then like they do one of those like edits where it like flips and then they make like a sound like zoink, and you're there and like womp, womp.
The exact opposite is happening.
So when somebody says that, we always say zoink.
So we try not to make declarations like that because we know we're probably wrong.
Well, we make them and then we say zoink, and we know like that's probably absurd.
So in the future, when you watch your videos and we make that sound, that's what we're doing.
Another thing, back to my rug. It's one of the things I love about buying vintage is I learn a lot about like the history of furniture and manufacturing and the creative arts. And so the brand for this rug is Karastan, which I thought just must be. It sounds a lot like all sorts of like Middle Eastern names or Turkish names, you know, like. But so I looked it up. A rug comparable to this one. I mean, like it's a Karastan from probably about in the 1950s. They're actually made in North Carolina.
What?
And the process they use is like specific only to them as a company. And I was reading an article from this rug dealer, and he said, while they're not as collectible as like you might like actual one from
what do they call these types of rugs?
Persians. Yeah,
right.
from that area. Well, there's lots of different kinds of rugs, is what I'm learning. He said he believes they are the finest quality.
Whoa.
They aren't as collectible, so they won't go as high in price.
What?
But he's like, the process they use makes them so soft and so durable and so beautiful. Like, they are, in his mind, the best quality.
I don't know who this guy is, but I like him.
I don't care. I believe him because I just bought one. But
he supports what I already want to believe.
Yes.
So.
I do know that I got this for $2.99 and they sell for $2,000 to $5,000 online. So that was awesome. I think I told you that in yesterday's video too, though. I have wanted to buy this bench for a long time. There it is.
That's it right there?
Yep. Oh. That's how well I put it away after I rolled it out. This one's also cool. That one is Persian, I believe. See all those pretty rugs? But they can do up to like 60 for it or something. Mike said I already told you guys. But I'm gonna just say again, I did not know that at Antiques Malls, everything is still negotiable. So what they do is, they go, like at the one I was at, and they said this was pretty standard. If you ask for a discount, they can give 10% off of anything in a booth without even calling the vendor. But if you want more than that, they'll call the vendor and ask. And I tell you, there's a lot of competition in there. Vendors are willing to give you a deal to move stuff out of their booth. And I think especially with a rug that was crumpled in a pile behind a piece of furniture.
Yeah.
So, and it's great because maybe he thinks most people are looking for Persian rugs of red, those traditional colors, and maybe he thinks nobody wants pinks, but I did. And I don't know, I'm not alone, because when I was looking for rugs last month or so, I went and looked on Anthropologie's website at their rugs, because I just want to see, like, what can I not afford that I wish that I could afford, and I will now, nothing will be as good now. And so I went and looked at their rugs, and they had rugs just like this that were beautiful, and I thought, well, of course you'd like something like that. But and then I also love the rugs, and they have some of them from Rifle Paper Co. Anna Rifle, the artist, she does all those florals that you see everywhere. She's everywhere, and her stuff is so cute, and she's got a lot of her floral things on rugs, and I feel like this is very reminiscent of that. Okay, I don't know if you guys know this, but we are moving 1 week from today.
Yeah, I know that.
We have 1 week. Did you hear that, Pete? 1 week. 1 week. You can see that we are feeling very urgent. See all this urgent packing that's going on?
Are we gonna pack today?
We need to. You're excited? Yeah. What about you guys? Are you excited to be moving?
Oh yeah.
And people probably wonder how you feel about it.
I'm totally excited.
Why?
We're gonna move into a big house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my own. Me and Drew will have a room. Only 2 people instead of 4.
Yeah.
And we get to go to bed. That's soon. No.
Because Peter and Asher always keep you guys up, huh?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Me and Jude like sleeping. Asher and Peter don't.
They sleep until
We're on a
1.
similar opinion.
What about you, S?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's just a little bit weird because, like, I wasn't expecting to be moving so soon. Because, like, a week ago we said that we were moving in, like, April or something like that.
maybe 1st of April or something.
And I think it's also weird that last time we moved, when we moved into this house, it wasn't that far. And we're not moving that far again.
Yeah. And then we'll, in a year, move back in.
True, yeah, and then that too.
Yeah. It is weird, but fun. Always interesting, huh, Jude?
Do you like it at our old house or new
Yeah.
house? Kitties.
Came over to the warehouse. We have to unload that rug and get it down. I think we're going to clear this area out as a place to stack boxes as we pack them, and also a place to put the rug. But we got to move a few things out of the way because it's, well, you know, always in motion around here. What do you think, Megan?
I think it's beautiful. So one of the things I read about with these rugs is how many colors they can use because of this machine.
The way they did it?
They have, and you can see there's like, just for green alone, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, there's like so much variation even in the green. And they said why that's a great rug is because, like, you're not locked. Like, if you have a green pillow, it doesn't have to be perfectly matched to the greenness in the rug, because there's so many colors in the rug. So they say they're really versatile. So I think it's beautiful.
You can definitely see sort of a pattern, like it's darker here, but then lighter over there. Like maybe that was in the sun when it was used before.
Maybe it's so hard to know because the light is weird in here.
Yeah.
There's like a million different.
It looks really, it actually looks more splotchy on the camera here than it does in real
No,
life.
I don't think it's splotchy. I think the colors are super. They look like something new, like I said, like from Anthropologie.
Uh-huh.
But I think it's adorable, and I think I know that Asher thinks it looks like grandma-y, but grandma pink is in for one thing. But I also think when you accessorize it, you realize that it can be a very playful rug instead of a very grandma rug.
Yeah.
And I love it. I think all the flowers are super pretty. All the colors are super pretty. You got like fuchsia and teal and blue and pinks and reds, and I think it's super pretty.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. Well, I guess then we'll roll it up, roll it back up, and then this area will be a spot for stacking boxes. Okay, up here in the attic, came back home. This is where I have a lot of the boxes stored. Got a big pile of them there, and some of the big frame boxes over here. Gotta get these down, and then we'll get started packing. We got all the boxes down. I don't think this is actually gonna be enough boxes to get everything. I think we must have probably ruined a bunch of boxes. Huh? You just, yeah, just scribble out what's there. And I had a black marker. Is it? Okay, Andrew might have it. So I got the kids, they're gonna start. Jude is super excited about packing. Jude, if you're gonna pack stuffed animals, we should get a bigger box than that. I got a bigger one. Anyways, this is where it starts to get a little bit crazy and a little overwhelming because you're not sure exactly where to start. Usually I start with art and books, but I'm gonna have to get more book boxes because I don't have enough of those, so we'll just see. Okay. Packing some books, packing some stuffed animals. Having to instruct the kids that books should go in small boxes because they're so heavy. And I realized I had this out. I thought I'd show you guys this because we've showed it a couple times, but people have asked about it. That's us, Megan and I, when we got married, when we were babies. So cute, a long time ago.
It's, I mean, it's totally happy and it's such a blessing to have found the perfect house, but all change can be bittersweet. The sweet is that it's so perfect, and the bitter is like that you will miss it. This house has been really good to us, even though it's super tiny, and we won't miss how tiny it is, but we will miss how cozy it's been. And it's got this like special, very specific, sorry, I'm pulling some art off the walls, time period, I think, for the 7 kids, because Elijah and Daniel literally left the day we moved. And so they never experienced this with us, so it's kind of like this little phase, little window or pocket of time for the family. And it was a very sweet time, not like because they were gone, but like, you know, it was a specific time and it was a happy time and we learned a lot. And we learned that we didn't need as much as we thought we did, which is a real gift to learn that.
Packing is fun, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't mind it too much. It's just actually kind of feels very surreal. And it's not, I don't know if everybody's like, I can't believe you're moving out so soon. It's not about like how, like, I feel like this was a waste. I love all this. I don't regret one thing we did in here, not one thing.
I feel like we've said that like 20 times in the past 3 videos.
But it's just weird. It's like 3 days ago, I was not planning on moving yet. So you're like, wait, what am I doing right now?
I realized that I don't have enough boxes for art or enough boxes for books. Partially because we destroyed a lot of the book boxes in the past move. They were just too flimsy. And then we have acquired more art in the past few months. So we got a lot of that and these going in boxes. So I think I'll head off real quick. Leave Megan here to, you know.
I don't do well without my dirty moves.
You what? What was that?
I don't do well without you because I'm like, okay, so I get a box.
And
I
then
really was just saying that, like, and then I just like put the pillows in it.
That's true. But what's really important is doing it the other way.
Well, I was going to so that I didn't get confused about what was already written on it.
Yeah, the problem is these flaps go together better, in my opinion.
Doesn't look any different.
Okay, you're right. I get a little bit
Particular.
type A about how the boxes are packed a little bit. How's it come, bro?
Good.
Awesome. Okay. Okay, making progress, Jude?
Dad, can I put all the little stuff in this bag?
No problem, sure. Whatever's gonna keep it organized is fine.
Stuff in small boxes.
And white stuff. Big box.
Okay.
You don't want a really big heavy box.
Got all the art down. And let's see here. 7 boxes of art over there. Now Megan's gonna get going on these books. Yeah. We made some progress. Those books are all done. This got emptied and packed up. I packed up, there's a bunch of board games underneath here in the box. They got packed up. The kids got a bunch of stuff done in their rooms. So we got boxes around. I have some boxes I took over to the warehouse. So I made some good progress. Okay, this is what their room was looking like. A little less organized, but we're giving everyone a break now because it's Friday. Megan and I are gonna go on a date. And so I think we've done as much as we're gonna do today. One nice thing, I went to go buy some boxes over at the U-Haul place, and some nice older ladies were there dropping off, because you can actually donate boxes to U-Haul where people can just then take them for free if you have extra boxes, and they were dropping a bunch of boxes and they offered just to let me grab them. So I took a lot of their boxes. Are good, sturdy boxes from a moving company. So that's pretty sweet and nice of them. This is the quickest move that I've ever done as far as the time we have to pack. So we'll see how we go. Megan and I just went out to dinner for a date. And now we're walking into a thrift store. Kind of on a mission to find stuff that, couple pieces of furniture that we need for the next house. One thing we've been wanting is some actual chairs for our table. Hard to find matching chairs these days, at least at a thrift store. There's a ton of these though, like old school chairs or something. Taking a little closer look at these chairs, it's interesting.
This one is the first one I sat on, and it's the most comfortable.
I know, the rest of them are a little less so. I wish they were more like this.
Here's one. It's got like a bigger, deeper.
Yeah, like a like place to seat, place for your backside.
Yeah, like these 3 are good.
They just, it's like they match, but they don't match. Just leave
I
them.
want to look up what this style of chair is called. I mean, the thing that's nice about them is they're super solid wood. Like,
I know, that's really great. It's hard to come by chairs that are this solid and used.
like they feel so solid.
What are these, like $4 a piece?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome too.
Yeah. How many would we want? 12? We would want 12.
Well, yeah, so Megan and I have been discussing dropping the old benches, because
Sitting on benches.
they're a real pain. Like literally, like you hit your knees on them or your shins, and there's some of them have this like shelf on the bottom of them too.
Yeah.
I like these ones that have this real solid wood grain on them, or it's just, they look good too. I like how simple they are. Whoops. So how many we got here, Megan? 1, 2, 3, 12 that we pulled out. They don't all match perfectly exactly, but like I said, it's hard to find a bunch of chairs that match in any thrift store. There they are. We got them. That was 12 chairs for about $50. Not bad. 12 solid chairs at that. We're back home from our date. We brought one of the chairs in that we got. What we're gonna do, we think we're gonna replace these benches with chairs, because the benches are difficult to work with because they're so huge and so heavy. It's hard for anyone that's not a small child to kind of get up and down from the table, because you can't really push the bench out, especially when there's other people sitting on it. But we also think we might take this table and rebuild it, have a different support system underneath it so that you can use more of the table. Because right now the way the legs are under here, you've got these like these big legs that they don't go to the edge. They don't go to the corner here. So it feels like wherever you sit down, anywhere close to the end or the corners, your knees are hitting a leg, or your feet are hitting the middle part. So it'd be nice to have it so that you just have basically, the 4 legs on each corner, and open up the underneath so that you can sit at it more comfortably. Anyway, so Andrew and I are gonna take this bench out, and we're gonna bring more of the chairs in and see how many you can fit on one side if you've got no bench. So we discovered that you can really, man, that's kind of sad, but 4 chairs is the best we can do.
Well, because you have your leg.
Because you're gonna have a leg there.
And you want people to be comfortable.
Yeah. So
and now they have plenty of room, but what it means is
we were thinking about actually cutting off to make it narrower.
I really want to.
But when you leave it wide, it gives you the opportunity to put 2 people in the end. But even then, it would be fairly tight with those 2 people. It's hard because when we have guests over, it's
we have 2 tables. We're gonna have a table that seats 6 in the kitchen.
Yeah, they have the round table.
But I really don't want to leave it this wide.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't even need it this
Let's
long.
not then.
Because
well, yeah. Okay.
when Daniel
We don't
comes
need
home
it.
from his mission, we'll have all 9 kids at home, right?
Yeah.
But not for that long before Esther's gonna want to head out, and Elijah, I don't know. If
Elijah
he'll
may or
be
may not
home.
even be
And,
here.
There will only be
Short times.
time periods where you're gonna want to see 11. Most of the time, 10s and 9 and 8
It's
will be
fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because the dining room of that house is about the size of this space here. We think.
Well, let's talk about this.
Do you want to talk about it on camera, or do you want?
Yeah, just really quickly.
Okay.
The dining room, the rental is smaller, but the dining room in our final house is not.
This is true.
So maybe we.
Hi.
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe you don't want to
I
make
need
a
to keep that in mind.
permanent change.
Just for that.
Because we can fit in that dining room with this table. We measured it.
Yeah, it fits.
It would be helpful if you didn't have people on the end, but in this scenario we have to.
You could just have one person in, and then it doesn't have to. It could be pushed against a wall or closer to the wall on one side.
Yeah. Well, think about it a little bit longer. Calcifer's enjoying the ability to get up on the bookshelf. Pretty fun.
He's like, somebody's eating. Hurry.
Yeah. Okay, it's late now. I think we're gonna end the video there. I gotta show you Calcifer though real quick. He's just relaxed on the couch. Elvis isn't sure. He's a fat kitty. What do you think, Elvis? You be kitty? In the mood to be pet? Nope. So thanks for coming along. Like, comment, subscribe, and stick around for more moving fun, right? Okay, see you later. Bye.